Well, good afternoon, happy stampers, and welcome to my happy stamping studio. My name is Judi Anderson from judistamps.com, and I'd like to welcome all my live viewers as well as those watching on replay. I hope to inspire you today in your everyday stamping. So today we are going to be using the Lasting Joy stamp set and our Sweet Thoughts Memory and More cards and envelopes. Both these items are going to be retiring with the new annual catalog at the end of April. And so over the next month, we are going to be visiting some of the products that we're going to be saying goodbye to. Don't forget our last chance sale starts on April 9th, and you're not going to want to miss up to 60% savings on products throughout that are going to be throughout the current catalog and mini catalog. They're going to be leaving us at the end of April. So I was preparing my pages for my a year and a day scrapbook class coming up the beginning of April. And as I was doing so, I thought, you know what? I haven't shown this for quite a while. And I'm going to show you guys how you can create your own designer series paper for your cards and your scrapbook pages. So we're going to do a card first. And I'm going to show you the beginnings of one of my scrapbook pages. I haven't finished it yet, but I was working on it and thought this would be a fun thing to share with you guys today. So what do you say? Let's get started. Now, don't forget to say hello as you come on today and let me know where you're coming from. I hope you guys have had a great last weekend. We had a gamut of weather. We had warm weather, rain, and snow, and we actually didn't get snow right by us, but north of us we did. So we are going to use the Pebble Path ribbon today. Some dimensionals, like I said, the Lasting Joy stamp set. And I am going to be using the I'm so sorry words. And you're going through this, which is this one. We are going to be using the small leaves here. And I'll show you in a minute how I picked the images I'm going to use today. I'm going to put that on there. And we are going to be using this clump of flowers here. And I believe we're going to thought of using this for a focal point, but we'll see. I may be using something else. And I'm going to use these itsy bitsy leaves here. Okay, I'm going to move that out of the way. So my colors are chosen from the cards and envelopes. And where I chose my colors from are right here. Now, I didn't have a stamp set that goes with this, these memories and more, but that's why I picked the Lasting Joy, because I felt that my leaf pattern kind of simulated this. I've got these kind of funky flowers that aren't quite daisy-like, but those aren't really daisies either, but not pointy. And then this bigger flower here. So that's where I got my inspiration from in my color palette. And then this is what the card bases look like. They come like this. They are pre-scored. They're white in the middle. So we're going to grab, my bone folder here. And let's burnish that fold line like that. Then I have some basic white, some Lost Lagoon. Gray granite is thrown in there for a third color. So we're going to take our large piece of basic white. I'm going to take a mat here. So we're going to be stamping off the side. Now, I am going to, in this background, let me move my silicone mat up just a little bit. So I want to make a pattern. And so I am going to put this on here, and you're going through this, I want a little bit of a space between the two because we're going to be stamping in between. So I'm using my other big block. So I'm just going to use this background block right here. Oops, I'm going to put it towards the center a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gray granite, and because this is a larger space and a larger block, I'm going to take the pad to the stamp, and I'm going to stamp this on here and try to get it straight. Okay, just press down. Okay, we're going to ink it up again. And like I said, you can do this with in your scrapbooking also. I'm going off the edge this time and just repeating that. Okay, now I'm going to take it up here and go on the opposite side here and leaving some space, and make sure I've got to straighten this out because it's giving me kind of like a crooked look to it. Let me pull it down a little bit so I don't hit my silicone mat. It's nothing like looking at your card and looking at a crooked background in the back. So I am going to put this right up here. Okay, and you're going to notice that we're going to have some spaces. Now, I'm going to put this one over here. Okay, and it's a little bit closer on this side. We're going to go on the other side too yet. Okay, I'm going to bring this one in. Out to there. And it's okay that we have those spaces. Okay, now I want some of the words coming in off of here. So we are just going to put this right like that. And we're just creating a background, so it's okay if it doesn't line up evenly. And I'm just going to put, I've got a space up here, and I'm just going to put this right there. Okay, so now we created that background, and by putting it on that block, it helps me with my spacing. So now I'm going to grab the next largest image. Okay, so when I do a collage, I start with the larger images first and go to the smaller. So we have our Calypso Coral, we have our Lost Lagoon. Now, I consider my cluster of flowers my next largest image. So I am just going to be putting some of these flowers throughout my card. Some of them are going to be covered up. Some of them you will see. There we go. Let's just get some of these in here. Let's get some off the side here. I'm going to do some right up here. Okay, so as you can see, we're filling that background in, creating our paper, our design. Okay, so now I'm going to take Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to put some of these leaves in here, filling in some of these blank spaces. I usually flip my paper all around when doing this, but I don't have my big mat paper. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's do one off the side here. Okay, so we did that full strength. I still want it filled in just a little bit more, but not much. Okay, I don't want it too busy, so I'm taking these little leaves, stamping them off, and going by my clusters of flowers. Just bringing that color in, and I can do it in a couple spots, going around those. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Okay, let's get this here. Stamp off. Okay, see how I just keep flipping my paper around? Oops, that one went full strength. We're going to do one up here. Okay, not filling it too much, but just making sure we don't have that angel card where we have a white halo around our card. Okay, so now we've created our background paper. I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink pads real quick here. And I'm going to start assembling some of the pieces of our card. So that's our background. I'm hoping that that's enough. It should be enough on there. Bring our card base in. Bring our pieces in. So what I'm going to do here is I've got these two pieces. I wanted we're going to wrap the ribbon around there. So I needed a piece around and I thought, well, we could do the white around the edge. So we're going to take our glue here and let's get this on. Okay. I guess I could have used a Calypso coral mat, but I wasn't thinking. I just thought, well, I just want a small reveal around the outside. Okay, now this one I'm going to butt right up against that gray granite. Okay, I do have a little bit more of a reveal on this side that I want. So I am going to take, and I'm just going to trim that real quick with my mini trimmer. Okay, right down here. Like I said, I just want a sliver of a reveal there. Okay, so now we're going to take our hole punch and we're going to punch a hole right over here. And I'm going to take my ribbon, and this is 3 inches. We haven't done this ribbon trick in a while, so we're going to 1, 2, 3 times around, 3 times the width of what you're going to wrap around. We're going to take our 2 legs, put our 2 ends of our ribbon together, go ahead and fold it because we need to get it through this hole. And we're going to get it through that hole, hopefully. Sometimes I take my take your pick tool or my paper snips to help it through, but if you just kind of pull, it will come through. So you want to pull it up so it's about 1 inch. You want to take your ribbon, wrap it around, make sure it's not twisted. Then you're going to slowly pull that ribbon so it's taut. Split the legs on each side of the ribbon and then just tug a little bit. I love this trick in card making because you don't have to worry about if your knot is going to move. You only have to tie it twice. Now you're going to notice I'm taking my ribbon, I'm making it loose in the back here, and I'm just pulling that leg up. Okay, if you pull and go like, just pull it through, you're going to rip it. So we've got it. It's nice and flat. Just going to take and wrap this around. Now, my rule of thumb is if what you're wrapping around is 3 inches or more, you go 3 times the width of what you're wrapping. We're just going to pull it and see how nicely that knot stays. Just one little snip there. Okay, we're going to take our snips and hopefully they're sharp enough to cut this ribbon. Usually I use my ribbon scissors. Okay. And just tug that down. Okay, now we're all set with that. So that's all set to go onto our card front. So let's put our pieces on our card front. A little bit of glue. Now, if your piece is smaller than 3 inches, you want to go at least 4 times around to give you enough ribbon to tie and pull through and wrap around. So if it's 2 inches, I will do at least a 7.5 to 8 inch ribbon. Okay, look at that. Now we're going to put that on, but let's get our verse. So I am going to put thinking of you on this part. Right here. Get another block. Now, I will also want to let you guys know, I don't know if you noticed on the retiring list, it shows you that we're going to use gray granite for the words. That some of our blocks are retiring. One of the blocks is the A block. I believe, but don't quote me on it. Because I looked very briefly, the long, skinny one. Oh, yeah, the real skinny block, which is block G, is going away. And I believe block H, but I'm not sure on that one. I thought they were keeping the I and getting rid of the H, but one of these two is going. I haven't gone through all mine. I just looked at the list very briefly. Okay, so we're going to do thinking of you. Right here. And this is the part that I hadn't decided on yet. I can get my Calypso Coral. Put cluster of flowers here. And a couple up here. Going off the edge. Let's wipe that off. Let's get our Lost Lagoon. And we're just going to do our mini leaves on our Lost Lagoon here. I'm just going to put some of these dancing around our flowers. Dancing around. You like how I worded that? So be sure to take a look at that last chance or retiring list and check out to make sure that you have your list ready for when the last chance list goes live. But I recommend that if there is anything that you definitely want, I'm stretching for a white scrap here, that you get it now. Don't wait, because those items are not going to be reordered. They're on a while quantities last basis. And let's do this little one in the center here. And I am going to grab my fresh curry. So I'm introducing fresh curry just to this one part. I'm just going to put it in the center here, to the center of that flower. That's the only place you're going to see that fresh curry. Okay, we're going to take my snips and just fussy cut that out. Remembering, move your paper, not your scissors. You can get all those little lines in there. It's easier to cut. Just keep opening and closing your scissors. It'll take you no time to cut this. Yes, my scrapbook class is in person, you guys. If you are interested in receiving a layout and doing a monthly layout, let me know, a layout class. I would do it on Facebook. You could use what you have on hand. I let you know what I'm going to be using. Okay, so let's put this on here. We're going to put this on with dimensional. So we're going to just sit this on right up here, like that, offsetting it. Okay, I'm going to grab my dimensionals here, and let's get them here for the back of our mat. But I've had several of you ask me about scrapbooking again, and you know, I started my journey with Stampin' Up! Because of scrapbooking and my friends. I love the color coordination of all their products, and they got me hooked. We will be coming out with more scrapbooking products. I talked to a couple of people during our convention, and which I do every year, saying, when are we getting more scrapbooking stuff? In the new catalog, we do have some packages that I will be using for some scrapbook pages for if you want to join my monthly club. And we'll be using some Infirma packs and doing some layout, so you can purchase that. I can let you know ahead of time what we'll be using the beginning of the month, so that you could decide if you want to purchase that product or not, or just use what you have on hand, use the colors you have on hand. I am a believer in using what you have. So I'm just going to put this over here, and I'm going to put it to the side. Just like that. I'm going to take my flower, and my flower I want to put on with a dimensional also. Let me just use one dimensional, and right like that. So that is our card. What do you think? Quick, easy, made our own background, and we can write what we want. I'll stamp on the inside. Here, we'll do that right now. So I will stamp the main flower, and well, that wasn't very smart. I'm going to go off the edge of my glass mat. Let me pull it over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Go to the edge of my glass mat because I don't want to get it on that other side. There we go. Get my Lost Lagoon out. Get my crushed curry. Stamp that here. Get my little leaves. Just going to continue with that little leaf theme. And get some little leaves in here. So I'm stamping off the side of my glass mat because I don't want to get ink on the other side, but no guarantees. Okay, so that's the inside. I will put my sentiment later, and that's the front of our card. Okay, you guys ready to see the scrapbook page? How many of you want to see it? Let me know. Okay, so like I said, this is just the beginning. Make sure that I don't have any ink on my hands. And I used the two-tone Flora stamp set for this, and I used Blushing Bride, which is a retired color, but because I have it and they're coming to me and they're using it, we can use it. Smoky Slate and Soft Seafoam. And then I did use some Mauve Mist or Moody Mauve. So here's my scrapbook page. They'll be creating that in about another week. So, and here's our card that we created today. So we could use that same theory for scrapbooking and for card making. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until we meet again, everybody, happy stamping!